Welcome to the court of public opinion. Imagine stepping onto a vast marble stage, the court of public opinion, where every stranger clutches a gavel made of insecurity and pretends to be a Supreme Court justice in your life. Lights blaze, whispers hiss, and somewhere in the back row, a troll is live-tweeting your haircut. Welcome, your questionable majesty. Tonight we're torching the red carpet and moonwalking over the ashes. Here is the brutal headline. People think about you roughly as long as it takes to close an incognito tab. 5 seconds later, they're worrying about their own socks, their own cellulite, their own overdue therapy appointments. Yet you, noble masochist, let those drive-by verdicts squat free in your skull like caffeinated pigeons. Time to hand out eviction notices with the flair of a caffeinated landlord at 3 a.m. Cue our ghost host, Niccolò Machiavelli, Renaissance consultant, part-time exile, and full-time master of not giving a Tuscan fig. He's going to teach you how to slap duct tape over society's megaphone, crank up your internal soundtrack, and maybe laugh darkly while doing it. Fair warning, there will be sarcasm. There will be historical shade. There will be uncomfortable mirrors, and you're going to look fabulous in every one. So silence your notifications, sharpen your sense of mischief, and keep one finger hovering over the unsubscribe from humanity button. By the end of this ride, strangers' opinions will feel lighter than a Renaissance puff sleeve, and you will be the one holding the gavel. Court is now in session, and you are both judge and pyromaniac. Meet your new life coach, Niccolò Machiavelli. Picture a lean Florentine bureaucrat in a bargain bin velvet robe, hunched over parchment like it's a Reddit rant, furiously jotting tips on power while everyone else is busy inventing syphilis treatments. That's Niccolò Machiavelli, born 1469, deported 1512, roasted ever since. He wrote The Prince, basically a Renaissance, how to win friends and vaporize enemies, then spent most of his post-publishing life in exile, wondering why HR never called back. Forget the cartoon supervillain image. Machiavelli wasn't stroking a hairless cat or twirling a mustache made of baby tears. He was a civil servant who noticed that people, left unattended, behave like raccoons in a trash buffet, so he sketched a manual for surviving their claw marks. Sure, he recommended fear over love, but only because Renaissance politics made love about as durable as a paper umbrella in monsoon season. Zoom out to 2025. Twitter mobs replace torch-wielding peasants, and corporate boardrooms replace plague-ridden courts. Same hungry egos, shinier Wi-Fi. Our boy Niccolò would absolutely dominate your feed. Hashtag Machiavelli facts trending by brunch-dropping ice-cold tweets like, reputation is rented, power is owned. Rents due daily, peasants. You'd hate retweet it, secretly bookmark it, and that's the point. So why appoint him your life coach in Operation IDGAF? Because he understood that people judge you for sport. They forget you faster than a free trial ends, and your sanity depends on learning the difference between appearing kind and actually caring if Karen approves. He didn't say discard empathy, he said weaponize perception. Control the optics, or the optics will control you. Simple, clinical, almost Instagram-friendly. Does this mean you should start wearing a velvet cape and addressing your coworkers as my subjects? Honestly, not every day, but channel his mindset. Act from strategy, not from panic-induced people-pleasing. Value long-term influence over short-term applause. And if a critic screeches that you're so Machiavellian, thank them. Congratulations. You just leveled up from background extra to chess player. By the end of this script, you'll wield Machiavelli's principles like a Renaissance lightsaber classy hilt, blinding edge, zero guilt. You'll still hold doors for grandmas, but you'll stop drafting midnight apologies to strangers who misread your vibe. Machiavelli won't cuddle your inner child. He'll train it to do parkour over social expectations. Ready to trade anxiety for calculated swagger? Lovely. Our tour of Machiavellian mind hacking begins in 3, 2, 1. 5 Machiavellian principles for not giving a damn. It is better to be feared than loved, or at least unfazed. Listen, kitten, public approval is like a toddler with a Nerf gun. Cute 1 minute, unpredictably violent the next. President-elect Trump, Taylor Swift, your neighbor's Sphinx cat, all proof that popularity is a wobbly throne. Machiavelli's fix? Build a chair with spikes pointing outward. Fear keeps boundary jumpers at bay while you get stuff done. Translation for 2025. Carry yourself like you're allergic to nonsense. Speak clearly, decide quickly, and let folks wonder what brand of chaos you're capable of if pushed. They'll respect the possibility more than any TED Talk smile you could muster. Control the narrative before the narrative controls you. Your reputation is an open source project. Leave it unattended, and strangers will happily code malware into it. Machiavelli would love stream his own scandals with snarky captions before rivals could leak them. Do likewise. Own your awkward karaoke clip, mean your typo, confess your weird hobby on your own terms. When you frame the story, critics must argue inside your sandbox while you sell popcorn at the gate. Bonus. Nothing deflates gossip like the target laughing first. Appearances versus reality. Master the mask, ditch the guilt. Niccolo never said, be fake. He said, understand that everyone else is. Humans judge books by covers because reading is hard. So curate your cover. Wardrobe, posture, digital footprint, all strategic billboards. The trick? Don't attach self-worth to the facade. It's a rental costume, not your DNA. Wear it, work it, toss it in the dryer of irrelevance when it stinks. Meanwhile, keep your core values locked in a safe where no comment section can reach. Selective compassion. Save empathy for rescue dogs and old librarians. Being kind to everyone sounds noble until you realize everyone includes energy vampires who drain you faster than a phone on 3% battery. Machiavelli's nuance. Compassion is a scalpel, not a sprinkler. Deploy it surgically where outcomes matter. Friend in crisis, teen needing morale, elderly neighbor who still types Google. Calm into Google. Deny it to freeloaders who expect your emotional labor on tap. Harsh? Sure. So is burnout. Protect your resources like they're Renaissance Florence's only shipment of coffee beans. Play the long game legacy beats likes. Today's dopamine ping is tomorrow's deleted notification. Machiavelli measured success by survival decades down the line, not applause on publication day. Adopt that telescope. Will this decision matter in 5 years or even 5 weeks? If yes, double down. If no, treat it like office cake on a diet day. Thank it for existing and walk away. Invest in skills, relationships, and projects with compound interest. And let thirsty approval seekers chase every trending puddle while you drill the well. Psychological payoff. What happens when you stop caring? Picture your brain as a medieval tavern. Every opinion about you is a brawl-happy drunk who keeps kicking the door in, demanding attention, chugging your dopamine, and vomiting anxiety on the floorboards. The moment you announce, last call everyone out, 2 magical things happen. First, cortisol nosedive. That stress hormone? It's the biochemical equivalent of a smoke alarm taped to your face. When you quit treating random critiques like divine proclamations, the alarm finally shuts up. Heart rate steadies, sleep deepens, jaw unclenches. Dentists everywhere weep for lost grinding revenue. Second, swagger surge. With the tavern quiet, you hear a muffled sound coming from the corner booth. Oh, look, it's your actual personality, humming its own theme song like it paid the jukebox. Freed from the daily focus group of strangers, you start swinging bigger. Pitch the risky idea. Wear the neon socks. Post the unfiltered hot take meme. Even your mistakes become collectible. Confidence recycles failure into rocket fuel. Biology backs this up. Lower social threat response means prefrontal cortex online, creativity unlocked, risk tolerance calibrated. Translation? You're suddenly operating like the deluxe DLC version of yourself, fewer glitches, better graphics. But here's the spicy twist. The less you chase approval, the more useful approval you attract. People sniff out self-possession like truffle pigs. They trust those who clearly don't need the trust. Your new vibe says, I'm driving this carriage, hop in or jog behind. Spoiler, most hop in, critics wheeze in the dust. So next time a keyboard paladin rides in to joust your self-esteem, remember, your mental tavern is reservation only. No wristband, no entry, no exceptions. Well, maybe for rescue dogs and retired librarians. They can stay for story time. Dark humor interlude. The roast of other people's opinions. Time for a lightning round roast of the greatest hits from the peanut gallery. A morbid little cabaret where every critique wears tap shoes and demands an encore. Dark humor interlude. The roast of other people's opinions. Time for a lightning round roast of the greatest hits from the peanut gallery. Morbid little cabaret where every critique wears tap shoes and demands an encore. Grab popcorn. I'll supply the flamethrower. You've changed. Translation. How dare you grow outside the shoebox I built for you when I was bored? Response. Correct. Evolved Pokemon rarely fit old poke balls. Please recycle responsibly. That outfit is bold. Translation. My insecurities are allergic to neon. Response. Stage whisper to viewer. Quick, clap for them before the fabric patterns trigger a meltdown. Must be nice to have that kind of confidence. Translation. I can't decide if I envy or resent you, so I'll settle for passive-aggressive envy. Response. It is nice. Like Wi-Fi on a plane costs extra. Worth it. You're too intense. Translation. Your enthusiasm reminds me I'm a deflated pool float. Response. Intensity is just passion that finished its espresso. Feel free to snooze in the kiddie pool. Who do you think you are? Classic existential heckle. Response. Turn to camera deadpan. A carbon-based life form with a credit score and skeleton same as you, darling. I just read the manual. That'll never work. Translation. If you succeed, my I told you so stock plummets. Response. Smile sweetly. Thank you for the motivational push. I'll name my yacht after your skepticism. Audience participation time. Dear viewer, pause the video. No, really. Do it and type in the comment section the pettiest criticism you've swallowed this month. Then hit play for your personalized purge ritual. Purging ceremony. I now sentence this irrelevant opinion to eternal Wi-Fi buffering. May it circle the loading icon until the sun collapses. Feel lighter? That's your dignity reinflating like a beach ball at a metallic concert, unexpected, indestructible, and ready to smack someone in the face. Grab popcorn. I'll supply the flamethrower. You've changed. Translation. How dare you grow outside the shoebox I built for you when I was bored? Response. Correct. Evolved Pokemon rarely fit old pokeballs. Please recycle responsibly. That outfit is bold. Translation. My insecurities are allergic to neon. Response. Stage whisper to viewer. Quick, clap for them before the fabric patterns trigger a meltdown. Must be nice to have that kind of confidence. Translation. I can't decide if I envy or resent you, so I'll settle for passive-aggressive envy. Response. It is nice. Like Wi-Fi on a plane costs extra. Worth it. You're too intense. Translation. Your enthusiasm reminds me I'm a deflated pool float. Response. Intensity is just passion that finished its espresso. Feel free to snooze in the kiddie pool. Who do you think you are? Classic existential heckle. Response. Turn to camera deadpan. A carbon-based life form with a credit score and skeleton same as you, darling. I just read the manual. That'll never work. Translation. If you succeed, my "I told you so" stock plummets. Response. Smile sweetly. Thank you for the motivational push. I'll name my yacht after your skepticism. Audience participation time. Dear viewer, pause the video. No, really. Do it and type in the comment section the pettiest criticism you've swallowed this month. Then hit play for your personalized purge ritual. Purging ceremony. I now sentence this irrelevant opinion to eternal Wi-Fi buffering. May it circle the loading icon until the sun collapses. Feel lighter? That's your dignity reinflating like a beach ball at a metallic concert, unexpected, indestructible, and ready to smack someone in the face. Remember, every outsider's judgment is a pop-up ad. Click the tiny X in the corner, shout, "Not today, surveillance capitalism," and get back to programming your villain arc. From theory to throne, practical exercises, all right, royal renegade, it's time to turn Machiavellian musings into muscle memory. Talking big is easy. Harvesting eyeballs from your former anxieties requires sweat, sarcasm, and a dash of demonic giggling. Strap in. The 24-hour opinion detox fast objective. Prove that the sun still rises when you don't reload your mentions. How? At midnight, activate airplane mode on every device, like you're the last survivor in a zombie flick. Announce your absence with a single post. Out to lunch with my self-esteem? BRB, never? Spend the next 24 hours doing literally anything except checking feedback fold socks. Take grandma's dog skydiving, learn Swedish cuss words. At the 24-hour mark, ask yourself, did the earth implode? Spoiler, it didn't. Your existence is not a live stream people refresh for plot twists. Revel in the anticlimax. The silent meeting power play objective. Demonstrate dominance by weaponizing stillness nature's jump scare. How? Walk into your next Zoom or boardroom meeting. Mute mic, shut mouth, and maintain sphinx-like eye contact. Let colleagues fill the void with their insecurities. Humans abhor silence almost as much as decaf coffee. After 3 minutes, unmute and drop one concise sentence that torpedoes filler chatter. We're circling. Here's the heading. Watch agendas snap to attention like troops before inspection. Congratulations, you just proved presence can outgun prattle. Reputation speedrun objective. Control the narrative by leaking your own bloopers. How? List 3 embarrassing truths you normally hide. Maybe you still mispronounce quinoa. Maybe you thought VPN was an energy drink. Pick one and share it publicly. Story, post, group chat paired with a self-roast meme. Note reactions. Friends laugh with you. Trolls lose traction because you pre-popped their balloon. Repeat monthly. Become untouchable. If critics can't expose you, they have to invent fiction, and fiction smells like flop sweat. Body language black belt drills objective. Broadcast unfazed without speaking. How? Chin tilt. Raise it 5 millimeters, just enough to say, I see you judging me, and I've already pawned your verdict on eBay. Shoulder roll. Drop tension like dead weight. Picture stress sliding off and cracking on the marble floor. Pocket pause. Rest thumbs in pockets, elbows flared slightly. Feels casual. Signals my daggers are metaphorical but polished. Practice in mirrors until your reflection offers you a job. The 5-year filter objective. Gut check decisions by future-proofing them. How? Every time a critic's barb stings, ask, will this matter in 2030? If yes, parse it for constructive bits. If no, visualize tossing the comment into a time capsule labeled petty relics and bury it in the backyard of oblivion. Instant emotional triage. Long-term clarity unlocked. Viewer challenge. Machiavelli's bingo card download a 5-5 grid. In each square, write a tiny rebellion. Post unfiltered selfie. Say no without excuse. Wear villainous cape to grocery store. etc. First to hit bingo by week's end wins a prize. Not caring. Share progress screenshots. Best card gets read aloud in my next video, complete with sarcastic confetti sound effects. Performance review. Courage level risen by 18%. People pleasing down 42%. Dark humor reserves overflowing may cause spontaneous smirks in fluorescent offices. Practice these drills daily until ignoring random. Judgment feels as instinctive as ignoring pop-up ads from 2007. In 6 months, you'll waltz into the court of public opinion wearing emotional armor, so reflective critics will blind themselves by looking. Pitfalls and booby traps. Congratulations, freshly crowned cynic. You've upgraded from doormat to dungeon master. But even Machiavellian steel has rust points. Let's tour the landmines before you cartwheel into one wearing confidence like a blindfold. Booby trap number 1. The foe's end, I don't care. Flex. The internet is littered with people shouting, IDGA. Fed. In 40 tweet threads, checking likes every 6 seconds. If your apathy must be live streamed, it isn't apathy, it's cosplay. Real indifference is silent and busy building empires. Booby trap number 2. Fear masquerading as strategy. There's a thin line between calculated disregard and hiding in a fortress of excuses. If not caring stops you from pitching, dating, or wearing sequin capes in daylight, that's anxiety with a Machiavelli sticker slapped on. Test. Does the move expand options or shrink them? Expansion equals strategy. Shrinkage equals cowardice. Booby trap number 3. Scorched earth syndrome. Some folks here stop caring and immediately torch every bridge, office chair, and group chat. Impressive bonfire shame about the isolated island you've built for yourself. Selective indifference, remember? Keep doorways you might want later. Nothing tastes like crow quite as chewy as a burned reference letter. Booby trap number 4. Becoming the troll you escaped. When you finally shrug off judgment, it's tempting to repay the universe with a double-decker snark cannon. Fun, but easy to overdose. Machiavelli advised, appearing virtuous even while scheming translation. Roast sparingly, season with wit, and never punch down unless it's self-defense or reality TV. Booby trap number 5. Analysis paralysis, disguised as long game. Yes, legacy greater than likes. No, that doesn't mean postponing every decision until solar flares end the internet. Machiavelli moved pieces on the board daily. The long game still has turns. Avoid these snares, and your IDGA fora will glow like radioactive sunscreen visible from space, weirdly protective. Modern success stories, ghosting approval, cashing checks, let us leave Renaissance alleyways and sprint into the messy glow of contemporary spotlight proof that strategic indifference still mints trophies. Case study number 1. Billie Eilish. I dress like a haunted beanbag. Deal with it. In 2019, Eilish smashed pop princess stereotypes by showing up in quilt-sized neon hazmat suits that made fashion editors cry neon tears. Critics howled, try something flattering. So she doubled down with baggier outfits, then a Vogue cover in corsetry on her schedule. Now she hoards Grammys like Pokemon cards, while internet-style police fight over her leftovers. Moral: own the narrative, auction the whiplash. Case study number 2. Elon Musk, hold my flamethrower. Love him, loathe him, sue him. Musk treats public opinion like beta software. Note the bugs, maybe patch, but ship the rocket anyway. Each tweet can nuke billions off Tesla's valuation before brunch. He shrugs, launches Starlink updates, regains billions by dinner. The takeaway S&D: be reckless. It's C: keep building so fast that commentary becomes a lagging indicator. Case study number 3. Lizzo, confidence in Dolby surround sound. Targeted by body shamers every hourly cycle, Lizzo responds with glitter cannon flute solos and workout TikToks that scream. Health is personal. Now watch me twerk in 4K. Streams climb, haters wheeze, life goes on. Selective compassion in action. She uplifts fans, ignores trolls, and rewires mainstream beauty standards without filing a PowerPoint. Micro-legend honorable mentions. The programmer who open-sourced a resume gap took a mental health sabbatical. Returned with Dark Souls Platinum Trophy. Hired in a week. That grandma on Instagram who reviews metal albums while knitting. Sponsors lined up faster than her pearl stitches. Pattern recognition. Preemptive narrative. Each protagonist leaked their quirks before tabloids could weaponize them. Relentless output. Hits keep coming. Critics can't keep pace. Entertainment value. When you're fun to watch, the mob buys tickets instead of pitchforks. These are not demigods. They're ordinary carbon units who burned their permission slips. Copy the framework, not the flamethrower. Call to action. Your unapologetic future cue triumphant horns. You, yes you, are now standing at a fork in the psychological autobahn. One lane loops back to Doubtville population. Everyone's opinions, the other. A neon-lit slip road called Mind Your Own Renaissance. Spoiler. Machiavelli already paid your toll. Step 1. Draft the manifesto. Grab a napkin, journal, or the back of that unpaid parking ticket. Write 10 sentences that start with, I refuse to, and I will. Example. I refuse to shrink my volume for comfort seekers. I will wear dragon-scale Doc Martens to brunch. Sign it with something dramatic: blood, glitter, or your best emoji. Step 2. Public stake. Read one line aloud on your social platform of choice, yes, even LinkedIn if you're feeling chaotic neutral. The point isn't applause, it's receipts. Once it's out there, deleting looks fishy, so you'll actually follow through. Step 3. Weekly micro-rebellion. Every Friday, schedule a 5-minute stunt that jabs your comfort zone. Tell the barista your real opinion of pumpkin spice tyranny. Pitch a moonshot idea at work. Correct someone who mispronounces your name. Tiny sparks beat neural rewiring. Step 4. Recruit co-conspirators. DM this video to 3 friends who still refresh comment sections like slot machines. Form a private chat titled Petty Opinion Annihilators. Trade victories, roast setbacks, send memes of Machiavelli wearing sunglasses. Remember, legacy greater than likes. In 2075, hologram historians want to archive your follower count. They study whether you built something that outlived gossip. So hit publish, step onto the Autobahn, and floor it. The drawbridge creaks, torches flicker. You stride from the court of public opinion clad in metaphorical adamantine sarcasm for shoulder pads, indifference for chainmail, purpose for a sword that hums like Wi-Fi. Behind you, the jury of rondos mumbles, but their voices sound like dial-up now, nostalgic, irrelevant. Quick recap for the carriage ride home. Fear versus love. Pick commanding respect over begging hearts. Narrative control. Leak your own bloopers. Profit in popcorn sales. Selective compassion. Puppies and librarians. Yes. Energy vampires. No. Long game. Legacy beats dopamine pings every century. Remember Billy's hazmat chic, Lizzo's glitter flute defiance, and Ellen's flamethrower oopsies. They're not anomalies. They're heralds of a world that rewards the unapologetically strategic. I'll leave you with Machiavelli's imaginary tweetstorm, 2025 edition. Opinions are weather. Build castles, not umbrellas. Hashtag rent-free. Take that, stencil it on your mental battlements, and wave to the trolls below. Doors shutting in 3, 2, 1. Court dismissed. Your reign begins at sunrise.